manipulated. Let's jump into the maps. All right, guys, we're going to start out here on the worldview map. And we're going to take a look. Here's France. Here's Ireland. We're back here on September 15th. And we're going to take a look at the aerial assault that started this whole mess. I mean, look at this. Let me zoom in here and hopefully that'll clear up. So this is probably one of the biggest spraying operations I've seen in a long, long time. So it started out South Ireland and it went all the way over to Belgium. Let's click the layer here and look at this. This is one mass bombardment. Now what I'm finding is every time these storms happen, these heavy sprays are out in front of it. Like that's what they're using to steer this. So now we're up here on the 16th. We've got to let this load a little bit so we can see the spraying operation move right up to the south of Ireland. Click the layer here. And they were still also spraying in France. Mega spraying going on here in Switzerland. And my internet's still running like crap. But anyway, let's get back up here. They're spraying out ahead of the storm, and this storm was also the one that was zapped by the frequency beams coming out of Antarctica. But yeah, this is a major spraying operation to pull this system on over to it. This is all part of when they modified the jet stream, which we're going to get into that this weekend. Let me go ahead and click the layer back. Let's go up to the 17th and we'll zoom down in here. So this is when the storm was starting to hit. You can see the spraying operation was still to the south, all the way up and around. It's like a big arrow of a spraying. They were guiding this. They were funneling the storm into these targets. Without a doubt, 100%. This was all spraying like this into a triangle to funnel the system right over the UK, right over Ireland. Let's go up to the 18th, and you know they're getting bombarded, and there's still a spraying operation going on, and it's starting to curve down all the way down into France, all the way out to Andorra. So now the spraying operation's in a big bow, and then also mass spraying over Poland, Warsaw. So it looks like they're gonna bring this storm right on down into Poland. Let's go up one more day. We got another day to go up. Yep, and the spraying operation continues, but it's a little smaller version. So this must be the target. We have a mess going on up here. This is all man-made created clouds here. This is cloud seeding. We call it solar radiation management. And then look, they have this being pulled in. We may have to take a look at the mimic maps. But look, this stretches from the east coast all the way to Ireland. This same river, this atmospheric river, was at one time 10,000 miles long. And we watched them modify the jet stream, straighten this out. And it continues to keep on going. And we're going to document and go back in time this weekend. We're going to show exactly when they changed the jet stream to bypass the United States. No troughs, no nothing was going over the United States just so they could steer this baby. So we're going to get probably some pretty massive flooding over here. And we'll take a look at the Earth null. All right, so here we are looking at the surface winds, and we can see our trough. Is it like a normal trough? This thing is spreading from coast to coast across the Atlantic Ocean. One thing I wanted to show you, we'll go zoom in here, and then we're going to back this thing up a few days. And you're going to see there was no surface winds where Florence was parked over here. I mean, no surface winds whatsoever. You probably got to go all the way up to the jet stream. And we are on the 16th. Let me go ahead and go back so we can get there's Florence. You can see this jet stream was steered completely over the United States. And this was all on purpose. This goes way back when we've seen the boatload of ships out here, and they were laying these ship tracks in a big triangle pointed towards the west coast, and right after that is when this jet stream changed, and we have it all documented. We'll take a quick look at the 3-hour precipitation forecast. We can see over here in Mexico, they got some pretty heavy duty rains going 70.1 millimeters, I mean 2.76 inches. Let's go ahead and take a look at our storms off in the Atlantic, but you can see just by the signatures of this, there's a lot of frequencies in there. So you can actually take this all the way back to the 13th, and this is before Florence hit. And this is when they started the spraying operation of what I think they were spraying the black carbon dust into the back side of this to slowly storm down. And then you can see when we get back over here, there's the mass spraying operation right here, pulling this up into this system here. I mean, they were doing mega spraying. You just got to zoom in here, and then you can see how they were setting this storm up. So they sprayed here, then they sprayed here, then they did a mega spray all through here to help follow the metal particles. I mean, here's the thing, when they lay the ship tracks, which this could possibly be a ship track right there, but it puts all the heavy metals up to this in the sky, and that's what all the metals, it is what makes lightning follow the ship tracks. It is well documented, scientifically proven that ship tracks, or aka boat chemtrails, are that's how the storms follow that path. So that's definitely a part of this weather war, and yeah, just needed to cover this. So we're going to take a quick look at the Mimic. This is the recent Mimic 1 map. Just kind of looking at all this. Look at this atmospheric river over here next to India. Man, that's some, whoa, it's freaked out. That's some massive amount of water. Now, I've gone over a bunch of times how they can steer this atmospheric river, and they're doing it. Every one of these storms have been steered. I don't know what the name of the company is now, but it used to be called Aqueous. And they've done this atmospheric river steering in over 42 projects. They've done it. They ended a drought in Australia. They ended the drought in Texas in 2012. I've done plenty of videos on there. So we got to do is go back and look at for them. Anyway, let's jump into some other stuff. Check out the Mimic 2. And the Mimic 2 seems to be a little more censored, but you can still spot